Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. Hey, I want to give you an update on my bag feeding out of. I got 12 bags out there and one silo full of high moisture grain. Anytime I bring up feeding on a dairy farm on this channel, it turns into like a heated presidential debate. It's be a good analogy. People are so passionate about how they feed their cattle on their farms, you know, because most people's success on farms is predicated on their ability to do something over and over, routine, doing it. So to change over the way I did, first time ever, 50 years, it was no small feat. And those of you guys that are on a family dairy farm or multiple partners, you know that how big of a deal that was. It wasn't easy to get everybody on board. In fact, I just had to eventually just go and do it. Got silos, bags, and you've got piles or bunkers, they call them. You know, silos are nice. The feed and everything's up in the air, out of the way. That's one big major plus. But the drawback to it is it's dangerous. Anytime you have to do anything, you're up in the air. 90% of the time you're up unless the silo's way down. And that can be, you know, like a few years ago I ended up with that reactive arthritis. I was laid up on my back, couldn't move for about 2 months. You weren't going in a silo, and that was what helped me make the decision to go to bags. Bags, plus side of them is they're safer, they're on the ground. You can pretty much put them anywhere you want. Downside is they're getting expensive, and you're dealing with a bunch of plastic. They take up a decent amount of area. You've seen how much I had to expand out in that pasture, laying all that gravel. I laid that gravel on a tiled field, that bag site, so it's holding up pretty good. I keep it graded out. We'll walk out there in a second. And then your bunkers, your piles, which I may end up starting or go to next. Those bags might just be a stepping stone for me, but they're supposed to be the best from what I hear. Drawback to them is it's a very expensive piece of concrete, and it's not exactly cheap to put up. You got to have big tractors to pile it and dump it and chop it. So hey, very calm, warm day. One of the last warm days, I think. We're in November. Cows are on pasture. The rest of them laying nicely in the stalls. Breezy day. So all I got to say about how people feed, a lot of guys said I was stupid for getting involved with the bags and going backwards, getting away from the silos. Well, every farm's different. I don't think anybody's stupid, especially for trying something new. It's the only way you're really going to learn is if you try something new. I may go to piles. I may stick with bags. I'm going to do bags probably for a full another year. That way I have a complete idea of what it's like before I try to think about going to another system. I need to 100% learn the system we're doing now. But as of right now, I wanted to update you. It's been almost going on 6 months that I've been feeding the way I've been feeding out of the TMR and out of the bags, strictly bags. And I gotta tell you, it's been a great experience. I don't know if you can tell, maybe I'm looking a little rough today, but I've been feeling excellent. No more climbing, except for one. So I took out 80% of my silo issues, and now I've got that silo, and I rebuilt that. But other than that, body feels great. No more putting doors in, no more cleaning. I learned it, I knew it, I liked it while we did it. I'm not knocking it, but for this farm, I've been on a safety kick. Safety first. These bags are just safer than the silos. Beyond that, you have a kid, up and comer, this is a lot easier to train them on how to mix feed opposed to maintaining a silo loader. It's very, very difficult if you've not been raised around something like this. The front of the site, I've been taking a back blade and I've been grading and blading this. I've got this water that's gonna drain between them bags. You can kind of see it. It's a natural fall. I didn't cut much of any ditches, and it goes down, out, and around through the tile. And I keep this all flattened out. Now I'll check back with you in the winter because I haven't done this in the winter yet. I've done it when raining and a lot of issues like that. And I'll tell you, rain has a problem coming out of them silo chutes. You'll plug everything up, and this has worked well for the time being. And maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, will I like piles better? Probably, but that big investment of that concrete is what I'm trying to avoid. This has held up pretty good. I'll keep grading it, and I may have to keep adding to it. But as for now, the Ag Bag site and what we've done to feed these cows here, we're happy with. And here's the back. Corn silage bags, haylage bags. I just pull right around here. Once I'll get these bags emptied, I'll grade all that gravel and flatten her back out. Quick update on my 4th cutting that I've been digging out of. No mold. Excellent, excellent looking feed. Nutritionist was just out. He took a sample of that, and he took a sample of my first. He's already had a sample on this corn silage, 2023 corn silage still. That's extremely cool. Doing excellent. Yeah, I've just been grading this down here, making sure everything's flattened out, making sure all that water runs if we ever do get much rain, because the rain will be coming at some point. So hey, it's election night. Big night for America. Hope everybody made the right decision. This decision was best for you. That's kind of how this feeding is. It's what's best for us. See that bag there, how that got flipped over? I put them cable extensions on. I blocked the wheel. It pushed it and flipped it right over, so that's why that bag looks like that. But any type of feeding you do, silos, bags, or bunker. And I know there's a lot of you guys out there that use bags. I just know there is, and because they work. So don't knock guys for trying different feeding stuff, because hey, bags, in my opinion, they're for the guy that's not quite sure if he's gonna go, how far he's gonna go with it, or if he's a really smaller guy. Silos, in my opinion, they're outdated. What if you end up getting a kid trying to take the farm over and he's afraid of heights? Bunkers, pile, which we could end up doing. That's more long-term in my eyes. That's for a guy or gal that's looking at seeing the vision of 20, 30 years. So lots to do today. Let's go. Backside of the silos, the 2 machine sheds, we store our bedding here, straw, getting ready to move some of them corn fodder bales, corn stalk bales. Had an area here cleaned out. We've got some big culverts here we've collected over the years in case you got to put a big driveway in somewhere. I had moved one over there, created a path in here, and took out some weeds, but had a box elder growing here. That thing you don't need growing, so I'm gonna move this out and getting it set, and then we'll start moving bales. Let's go. Supposedly the rain's on the way. You can kind of see it, feel it. High winds today. Dad's on the open station. Gas or 40-20. He wants to get these bales off. I still got burnups. Skid steer, New Holland L321. Still haven't made a deal on it. Got about 30 hours on it. I just talked to him this morning. Told him we got to get this thing wrapped up. Remember, we're going to possibly trade Marks down there. It's a Case SR210. And I've got another dealer that's wanting to work with us, but I said, hey, Craig, you got your skid steer here. Let's see if we can make something happen. He was kidding about that time. And now we bought that skid steer 1 year ago. Already got 1,100 hours on it. Another L321. This one's got the computer station or the rear backup camera in it, so it's a little fancier, but it's also got the dual controls. Let's see what happens. Let's go. There's our rear camera. I don't know if you can see. That's what's behind us. And here he comes. Get inside that. There we go. Oh man. Are delicate. These valves are very delicate. You've seen me drop that first one. If you got to get all the way in there, or she'll just flop. You see how you might find yourself some corn in there. Now they'll be using these for bedding. They'll be laying on them. But if they see a little ear of corn, cows might have a little snack, a little bed and breakfast. There goes Mark. Yeah, we bale a specific amount of what we need. 1 year we baled a bunch of these. They don't carry over too well, so we had a specific number we needed, and that's what we baled. And then these are in our best shape, so we're gonna bed with these last, and these are a little funky too. So I'm just gonna leave a path in here, so we'll bed with one of these one day, one of these the next. We're using one about every day. Again, bed and breakfast. no, 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 no. Didn't get them all the way over, guys. Guys, got them all in there. Wind's kicking up. They said 20-mile-an-hour winds. I brought one up there to get clean, but yeah, you can see it can be a mess. They're a little delicate. This was from a different field down by the dry cow lot. The majority of them come right off to the south of the farm. But again, bed and breakfast action. They're nice and dry this year. There's your bedding. Out this pasture field. Still got heifers out on pasture because we've got such good weather. Here they come. A lot of excitement. Nice, soft, fluffy bale for them. First cutting. There he goes. And that's what it looks like, guys. All bedded down. Nice, dry stuff. Heifers in here just hanging out. Loving it. Comfortable, soft. You wouldn't think corn stalks be soft, but when you lay them down in here, I mean, look at, she's got her winter coat kicking right now. Beautiful little heifer there. These are like teenagers. We want our teenagers to be comfortable, don't we? So guys, that's gonna do it for the video. Take care. There'll be more to come. God bless.